You just kind of get to a point where it's not worth being treated so terribly for any amount of money.
If you could give some advice to a younger artist, like just starting out in their art career, what advice would you give them?
I would say just to try and not be fearful.
Girl, you get a lot of hate comments on Instagram, and I'm like, what is going on here? What goes through your mind when you see those? All right, so Merinda, welcome to Artist with a Dream. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Hello. I'd like to kind of share with the audience how I found you. It was about a year ago. I had just quit my job and I was just starting on my mural path, and I literally had no idea what I was doing. So I was like, how are you supposed to get clients? Like, I have no idea what's going on. And I'm like, can you email? Is that a thing? Can you like email businesses? So I just typed into Google, can you email people for murals? And your video popped up, and it was like,
Yes.
how I cold email 1 million businesses for murals, and you can too, or whatever. And I was like, okay. And you had like the most informative video ever. You had that Google spreadsheet, you had the template, and you were so nice. And you sent me that template, and that video was like the spark I needed to actually put myself out there and find clients for myself. So thank you for that video.
Yay, I'm glad it helped you. Yeah. When you sent me that message, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I remember receiving your DM, and I said to my husband, oh my gosh, I helped somebody.
Oh, stop.
Like, it was really sweet.
You
it was
really did.
Affirming to like keep making YouTube videos.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
Because like it worked. I've sent like, I want to say like 400 emails, and I know you've sent, how many have you sent in your lifetime?
In my lifetime, I don't know. I think like including for jobs that I was looking for, maybe like 3,000 plus. I don't know. A lot, like a lot.
Oh my gosh.
But that's like over like
That's
10
crazy.
years. So I don't think it's that many, but over 10 years, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
So you have film experience, design experience, mural experience, and now you're kind of tapping into more like fine art. Do you like resonate with, I think it's fine art. I mean, it's like you're using art supplies.
Yes.
Do you find yourself resonating with any particular specific label on yourself, or do you just like to call yourself an artist?
I was just discussing this with a friend the other day, but I have been introducing myself lately as an artist. I think it's just more encapsulating of all the things that I want to try in my career. Like, even just a couple of years ago, I'd just say I was a designer, but like very vague. So now I say it's an artist, but it's also very vague. So I say, oh, I'm an artist and illustrator. I do cute fruit, and that's it. I haven't been like calling myself a muralist for a while because I was like looking at my portfolio and I'm like, oh, I haven't painted a mural for like 2 years.
Are you still trying to do murals, or are you pivoting more into just selling your art online and stuff like that?
I think I would like to try and get another mural this year just to like refresh the skills, I guess. Um, but I have been saying this to a few other people, but Melbourne is a really tough city for me because there are a lot of like really well-known artists here who are in contact with like creative agencies that are local, and they usually are the ones that get like the same work. And because I live out in the suburbs, I also feel like there's a bit of lack of sharing the work here. So that's been my trouble ever since moving to Melbourne. So I have painted too in Melbourne, like in total, but other than that, I found like even with my cold emails, it's been really hard to like get the feedback that I want compared to like in smaller cities like Perth and Auckland. So that's been really interesting. But I do want to try and get a mural or two this year just to refresh the skills. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna try focus on my shop and more original art this year because it just works better with my life schedule. So I've got a toddler who is 3 years old and she's doing daycare and kindy 3 days a week. So it's kind of like when I was doing murals and I'm like nobody, I'm not really responsible for anybody, so I could go in for a mural at like 7:30 in the morning and then I won't be back until like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. at night, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Nobody's like looking for me or anything. I don't have to like make sure people go to bed. so
Right. Yeah.
so yeah, I'm not super pressed about getting heaps of murals this year. I think that'll
Yeah.
be like a later in life kind of thing if I want to. Yeah.
It's cool that you are open to letting life happen naturally, and like now you have a toddler, so you're not like I can't believe I don't get these murals, but you're like, yeah, it's naturally not coming as easy now with your schedule, so you're still making time for creativity, but maybe in a different way. Does
Mm.
that come easy to you, like going with the flow of life, or did you have to work on that?
I would say that I'm more of a spontaneous person. So, yeah, trying on new activities or like creative endeavors is not that difficult for me, if that makes sense. Like, I don't find it that
Hmm.
strange to move on to a new area of creativity. Like later on, I want to get into woodworking, and I'm like, I don't have the space, but I will find a way, maybe in like 5 years or so. but like, that'll be
That'll be
cool.
so cool.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm happy to take things as they come and just respond to what life throws my way.
Do you feel like you quitting your job kind of took you by surprise, and did that like throw something at you that you weren't really ready for, or was it, do you see it more as like kind of a gift from the universe, like pushing you more towards your dreams of pursuing art full time?
I definitely think it was the right step. Um, so the job itself was like not to do with my career at all. It was very admin type of work. So it wasn't like teaching me anything new other than spreadsheets, which I'm like, oh, I'm very grateful to learn how to use spreadsheets now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and like I turned 30 last year at the end of the year, and I had written a letter to myself just saying if you're doing something you hate, you should just quit and start again. And I was like, this is the push I needed.
Yes.
So that was like kind of at the same time as the contract stuff. So I really think all the timing worked out for leading into 2026.
Did you ever imagine yourself like fully pursuing art full time? Was that something you like allowed yourself to dream of, or did you just kind of happen to be like, "Oh, well, my job's ending, I might as well do this now."
It's always been a goal of mine to like be fully reliant on my art and my business, like whatever form it takes later on. Like I've always had like entrepreneurial spirit. Like even though art and entrepreneurial stuff doesn't really like merge all the time, but like I come from like a family, like my dad had his own business and then my granddad had his own business. So it's kind of like been instilled in me almost to like have that aspiration. And so
Mm-hmm.
because I'm very creative compared to my family, it's like it just kind of worked out, and like freelance is very normal for an artist. um so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've gone through stages where I have freelance full time before. This is kind of like the
Mm.
second or third iteration, to be honest. So but I
Nice.
think this time I'm really like dedicated. I think the previous times I had found myself in a freelance position because of unemployment and stuff like that. But this time it's like, no, I'm dedicated to this and I'm like really going to try hard to make this work and make my financial goals and um, yeah, like not waste away the day as I would have before. No.
No.
It has to
Okay,
be
I'm
like,
gonna
yeah.
redirect us.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're
Yeah.
good. I'm going to redirect because I want to talk about hate comments because,
Oh,
girl, you get a lot of hate comments on Instagram, and I'm like, what is going on here? What goes through your
okay.
mind when you see those?
When I first started getting hate comments, it was actually on YouTube Shorts. And I was like, oh my gosh. I said to my husband, I've made it. Like, I'm like, people hate this. And I'm validated. But
Yes, that's such a positive outlook on it.
that was at first, you know. So I was like, oh, cute. Like it would be like once in a while, and like people who hurt other people, right? So I was like, okay, that's kind of like funny, and then it just kept happening. I'm like, it's kind of not funny anymore.
Oh,
But
dang.
like none have made me cry yet, so it hasn't been too bad. But I will say, like, I have started using like Instagram trial reels, so it sends it out to your non-followers first. So it's pretty good to like get engagement and stuff. But for some of the pieces that I've been sharing, because my followers haven't been seeing them, they've just been going out to randos who are haters, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this sucks. So I remember I had it was just like three comments, and it was like three negative comments. But then as soon as I shared it to my main grid, all my friends were like arguing back with them and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is great. So it like didn't matter, yeah. But I think the reason I've been getting some hate comments is because of the caption that I've been putting, which is like revealing my art to until I quit my job. And then so people were like, girl, don't quit your job. I'm like, well, it's gonna happen, so too bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
People
so
suck.
I don't feel like it's an attack on my character, which is fine. So I'm like, if you want to hate the art, that's okay. Everybody has different taste. There's literally an art style for everybody. Like I think of some
Yeah.
artists who I personally don't like, but they've got like such a big following and like they've done so well commercially, and I'm just like, oh, okay, well if they can do it, surely I could do it too.
Like people who aren't in the art world or like don't know about art, they only expect art to look like hyper realism, and they don't think like abstract art or more like illustrative art has the same talent. But it's like it's all talent and it's all art, and that's been like a thing in the art world forever. Like people going to museums and they see like an abstract piece and they're like, my 5-year-old could do this. It's like,
Hmm.
well, they didn't, so shut up.
Yeah, like I went to the Kusama exhibition, so she's like the artist that does all the dots, and I think if you see her paintings in isolation, you probably think the same, like, oh, my 5-year-old could do this, or I could do this in my sleep. But then when you look at it in context of all the work that she's created, like she's done like sculptures and installations and like huge canvases, like that is the impressive part of it. Like it's like seeing the determination and the diligence to like keep going is what's impressive
Yeah.
about like simpler pieces of work.
Do you feel like your art style has changed over the years? And if so, how has it changed?
Definitely changed a lot. Like when I first started freelancing, I was doing more hand lettering. I think that was very like trendy at the time, and uh, artists like Hom Sweet Hom, she was like, you know, like doing so well, and like Jessica Hish and all these other hand lettering artists, like they're so good and they were really inspiring. And at that time, people were like doing a lot of quotes and stuff. So I think it fit in with the hand lettering movement of sorts. So that's what I first started doing, and that's how I started like getting murals because people wanted like hand lettered words on their walls. So it's definitely pivoted away a lot from that. But also, when I was living in Perth, I was doing a lot of block printing and the themes were a lot of Australian native plants. And so now I do fruit and vegetables with little smiley faces. So it's
Yes.
definitely changed a lot, but I feel like I've asked some other friends who have like been with me through the whole thing, and like they've said that the voice kind of stays the same though. Like it's still very like character like in my previous drawings and art, but it's just like taking a different form now. And I think that's true. Like the art that I did before, it's not bad, but maybe it just wasn't totally me, and like it just keeps evolving as I change as well.
You've like really perfected the little teeny like happy face smile.
Yeah, I'm like yes. Like, and the way that like to me when they look at each other very slightly, I'm like they're bitching.
Like you could see so much in their tiny expression.
Yeah, I love it. It's just like it's just fun. Um, sorry, I just remembered like a friend because I was like struggling with my art style, and a friend asked me to get what is a reaction that you would want people to have when they see your art, and I was like, oh, I think I want people to be like, oh my gosh, so cute. Yeah, like that's it. And then so I'm like, I was just trying to work towards that reaction from other people, and like the comments I've been getting on my videos recently have been exactly that, and I'm like, oh, it's
Nice.
working. Yeah, so I
Yay.
think that was like a really good way to frame how I want to um, move my art. Just what reaction do I want from people?
Mm,
And yeah, I think I'm getting there.
I think you're there. You have a
Mm-hmm.
very distinctive style. Like if you showed me your art, I'm like, oh, that's Merinda's art, like automatically.
That's my dream. Oh my gosh, no, you made me so happy.
It's true though. Like you have a very like childlike whimsy. I feel like you capture like a creative, like whimsical, just like gardening cuteness that's also sophisticated somehow. Like it doesn't look like cheesy, but it looks like designed. Like you could tell you have like a
Yeah.
design background.
I know, like when I see other people's like graphic designer turn artist, I'm like, they used to be a graphic designer.
Yeah. Yeah, you could
I'm
tell
like, I can
usually,
see
huh?
that.
Yeah. You're like, the composition is compositioning.
Yes, and it's usually like they like clean lines, and I'm like, I see your clean lines.
Mm-hmm. We're both graphic designers turned artists.
Do you think your art has changed in a year since like you started 1 year ago?
Um, yes, a little bit. Like, I think I'm getting less scared to try things cuz like murals and painting was never my first talent. Like I never even really painted until I started doing murals. It was just like drawing with pencil or like digital art. So
Mm.
I'm finding like a year ago I would only do murals with like one or two colors because I was like, I'm scared, I don't know how to use multiple
Yeah.
colors, but now I'm like, okay, it's not that hard, you just buy more colors.
I do remember your first mural at the yoga studio, was it?
Yeah, that was
Was
my
it the
first
first one?
mural in the USA, and then I did two in
Oh
Mexico,
yeah.
which yeah, and it's cool seeing it's like okay I remember that one was just blue and black, the yoga one, and I'm like that's all I could do and it took so long, but now I'm like
It
it's
was
okay girl, like just use colors, it's not that deep.
yeah, but the even those two colors, it was very impactful, which I think is like more important than more colors. But yeah, it was good, very good.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm proud of that one. It's I was terrified and I had no idea what I was doing, but I'm realizing like I don't know if you felt like this when you started doing murals, but like you have no idea what you're doing until you get there and you just start figuring it out as you go.
Zero, absolutely no clue. Like my first mural was on like brick wall, and it was like very deep set, and I'm like, ah shit.
Oh,
Like
that's hard.
yeah, so it wasn't even a big painting, but and then I also didn't know like because I was doing lettering at the time, and I didn't know like which layer to do first. Like, do I do the letters first or the background first? And yeah, but it was a lot of like learning on the go, which is kind of fun and stressful, but it's just like it's different and it's exciting. Yeah.
Your lettering was so cool to me because like that's something I am scared of sometimes, doing like lettering and murals because it's so technical. What's
Mm.
your like go-to trick to getting clean typography onto a wall?
Okay, so my trick firstly is to make it not clean. So if it's like I will never these days like never put things on a straight line because I know I'm gonna screw it up. So I'm like, oh yeah, all the letters are quirky. Like that's my signature. So that's my hack number one.
Dude, hell yeah.
Um, yeah. Number two is projection if you can, because projection is going to get you the best result for lettering. I've seen like a lot of mural artists now using VR, which is like yeah, VR, which is like really cool. But yeah, projection is the best, and if like paper also works really really well, but it's just finicky.
Like for me, once I realized that letters don't have to be like, this is letters, it's just you're still painting a shape. It's just
Mhm.
like a different shape. It takes away
Yeah,
some of that fear.
I do feel like with murals you can like kind of fudge it a bit by like being a bit messy and like it doesn't have to be super flat and like tidy all the time because you're looking at it from a distance mostly. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be perfect, perfect.
I had a client who like came up, you know what? I'm gonna cut this out. It hasn't been long enough for me to shit talk this client yet, but
Oh,
between me and
okay.
you,
Juicy.
between me and you, between me and you,
I'm gonna
the
record this. No, I'm joking.
you're like sending it to them. I had the
Yeah.
worst client ever. It was the
Sometimes you just have to, especially when you're early in your career, I get it. Like you just say yes to everything. I think I don't know if you want to use this or not, but yeah, later on, like I was kind of getting a little bit more experience with murals, and I had this awful client. Like I thought they were nice at first, like when we had our meeting and stuff like that. And so I sent him the designs, and he was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "This is the artwork that you wanted." And then he was like, "We didn't talk about this at all." I'm like, "What?" And he was like really awful in the email back, just saying like this is terrible, like this is not what we talked about at all, blah blah blah. And I was just like, here's your $500 back, bye.
oh wow.
And then yeah,
You
because
gave the
like
money back.
I you just kind of get to a point where it's not worth being treated so terribly for any amount of money. Like I don't even think I would have gotten paid that much for it, but yeah, I was like, I'm not subjecting myself to this kind of treatment at this age. I
Yeah.
think I was like 25 already. So I was like, at this age, I don't deserve to be treated like this anymore. Like, I've done my
Yeah.
time. Bye. Like, and then I saw the
Yeah.
mural they got later, and I was like, what? This is what? Okay, it was like some enchanted theme, and I'm like, this is not what I was gonna do at all.
Oh wow. That's
So
bizarre.
yeah, just some clients, I'm just like, you just have to like push them away and accept that that's what it is. Yeah. So I hope you are, after that incident, you are now in a position to reject.
Yes, I have rejected a few people who have reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, I want a mural for my kids' room or for my salon." And I'm like, "Okay, what's your budget?" And they're like, $200. I'm like, "Bruh, that
Nah.
will cover the cost of me driving there."
Yeah.
Like, people don't value art at all. I feel like people are always trying to like lower the cost, and like
Hmm.
when I tell them like usually I try for the base price of a mural to be at least $1,000,
Hmm.
people are like, wow, like that's expensive. And I'm like, it's really not that. I mean, it's expensive, obviously, but like when it comes to all the paint you've bought, all the materials, like driving there, and just the time it takes to make a mural and taxes,
Yeah.
you end up only at least 30% or more of that is gone anyway.
Yeah. Well, you think about it like this, like a house painter, they charge, oh wait, square foot, square meter are different. But like here I would be
Yeah,
charging like maybe $150 per square meter, which I think is like double a square foot. And then but a house painter is like charging $70 per square meter. And I'm like, they just literally rolled it on. And that was it. And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, it's actually not that different when you think about the
right.
value add of art.
And it's like takes so much time because you're designing it at home first usually, and that has like revisions. It's so much more work that people don't understand, and people are just like, "Well, don't you like painting? Like, can you do this for $200 because you like it?" And it's like, no.
I don't like it that much. I mean, I like money too.
Yeah. I like to pay my bills. I like to eat.
Yes. I also like to live.
So I have said no to people, but for every like four bad clients or whatever, there will be eventually like a good one who's actually willing to treat you like a person
Yeah,
and care about you.
yeah. It's so good when you get the clients who are genuine with you and like care about not only what they are getting out of it, but what you are getting out of it too. I had a
Yeah.
client in New Zealand who was like so good. Like, so I had to fly out. That was like my first travel job. So I'm like, oh my gosh, my first travel job. And like, it
Yes.
was in my husband's like first hometown in New Zealand. So I was like, oh, it's kind of cute. So I like brought all my in-laws as well. And I like, yeah, we'll have like a family holiday. Um, and the owner was just so nice. Like he built a structure for me to paint on, and then because it was a holiday park, he was like, you guys can stay here for free, and if you need anything, like let me know, blah blah blah. And I'm like, this is so nice. Like he was just like really really
Aw.
nice and yeah, genuine. And yeah, he was like, when I sent him all the drafts, he's like, I like this bit and merge them together. And I'm like, okay, like so easy.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels so good when someone's just like actually sees you as an artist and not just like someone to perfectly try and read their mind. They're like, no, I want this.
Hmm.
No, I want this. Like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll get people who are like, can you draw a portrait? And I'm like, I'm not a portrait artist, dude.
No, literally. They're like, you could do
Yeah.
anything, right?
And I'm like, no, no, definitely not.
I'm kind of like you, like, I'm a designer first. Like, I can design something really good. And now I'm teaching myself, like, how to paint. And some people
Yeah.
are just naturally born or have the skills of painting. And it's kind of, you're always learning new skills and different sides of it.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, painting is definitely quite hard to grasp at first because it's like, it's very messy and there's a lot of like brushes to use and stuff like that. I think that's why I've been like drawn to using colored pencils these days. Cause I'm like, I just don't want to pack up and clean up. Like I just want to draw it and then
Yeah,
put it away. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, painting's a whole thing sometimes.
And I'm like, I have to like prepare my day around it. I'm like, no, I can't do this, not yet.
Yeah. I feel you. I love markers. Like, that's my go to drawing tool.
Mm, they're good too. It's just, everything's just an investment. So I'm like, okay, slowly building this and this up, and yeah.
Thank you for joining. It was actually such a pleasure to get to know you more. And if I'm ever in Melbourne, let's do a collab.
Wait, say it again.
Did I say it wrong?
I don't. It sounded funny. Say it again.
Okay, wait. I'm insecure about this because I used to say Melbourne. I used to say Melbourne. And then my sister was like, no, it's Melbourne. And I was like, but there's still an R in it. But the Australian people just don't say the R. So you tell me how to say it.
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah, I think you just gotta like relax. The Australian accent is just like be lazy. It's essentially what it is.
Melbourne. No, that was really bad.
No, but yeah, if you ever come, like, let's do it. And I do want to go to California someday, but you know, someday. It is a long way away.
I'll cap off the episode by asking you if you could give some advice to a younger artist, like just starting out in their art career. What advice would you give them?
I would say just to try and not be fearful. Yeah.
Nice.
Because I feel like when you're, especially if you're a younger beginner artist, you've got like nothing to lose. If you're living with your parents, just like go for the friggin' thing. Like spend the money, because if your parents love you, hopefully they don't charge you rent. Just like
Yeah.
just like go for the thing. If you need to invest in a course or like supplies and you can afford it, do it. If you're a beginner artist but you're starting later in life like me, again, don't be afraid. Just have a plan and stick to it. Be diligent and keep trying.
Okay. Last thing, can you tell people where they can find you? Where can people follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. It's MerindaDesigns.
Cool. Well, thank you, Merinda.
Cool.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me and your first online international person.
We're moving up in the world.
I think I want to try and get at least one this year, just because.
Sorry, my headphone just fell out.
Oh.
Bro,
I'll say it again.
Like... Okay, I'll ask it again. My ears are like awkwardly, these are the most awkward shaped headphones ever. Wait, I'm gonna check that this is going.
I wonder like what the comments are gonna be like. They'll be like, oh my gosh, no. If all the comments are no, I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna be like, guys, comment down below nor if you like this podcast.
Sorry.
Cool. Well, where can... Sorry. It's so hard on Zoom because there's like, no, it's literally, if we were in person, this would be so much smoother because I feel like we say something and then it's like, there's like a 2-second delay that I'm like, wait.
Yeah.